CS department, UET Lahore. This is my first console-based shooter game in C++. These are the libraries we have used in this game. Next, I break down the code structure. This part sets up the game area as a grid of 20 rows and 40 columns where all elements are drawn each frame. It defines the size of your game grid. Board is a 2D array of a character that stores the walls, empty spaces, players, bullets and enemies. Next, move to the player state variables. These variables store the player's position, health, life, score and whether the game is still running. Game running is a flag to control the main game loop. Next, move to the bullet structure. This structure represents bullets including their positions and whether they belong to the player or enemies. Here, as you see, we use the vector bullet. This is a dynamic array storing all the bullets currently flying around. Next, there is an enemy structure. This structure represents each enemy storing their position, health and type label. Like bullets, we keep enemies in a vector so we can loop through them easily. Vector enemies store all the enemies that are currently alive. Next, here is the energy dictionary map. This map keeps track of each enemy type's current movement direction, which allow different enemies to behave differently, like some move horizontally while others move vertically. Next, here is the structure of our maze. Next, we have used different functions here, like place bullets, place players, etc. Void go to XY. This function moves the console cursor to the top left corner before drawing the board. That way, the whole output is overwritten cleanly without flickering. Set console cursor moves the cursor. Next, we use the void print board. In this, clear board clears old objects, while load maze loads the walls back in. Place player puts the player at the current position. Place enemies puts all alive enemies. Place bullets puts all the bullets. And next, go to XY moves the cursor to the top. This function redraws the whole board every frame. It first clears and reloads the maze. Next, as you see that it prints everything neatly and shows the player current health, lives and the score. As you see on the screen that I have used the 4 movement function, and these movement functions are that the player can move left, right, up and down. As you see, I have used the fire function. This function moves all the bullets one step, check whether they hit the player or enemies, and remove bullets that collided or went off the board. Here I have used this int new x. It calculates the bullet's next position. After using this, we use movement of enemy function. In this function, enemy moves in the specific direction. Like for G, it moves up and down. It also handles horizontal and downward movement for the enemies like E and F. After enemy movement function, I use further 2 more functions like load enemies and game loop function. Next, there is system CLS. This can clear the screen every time when the maze loads. After this, in this highlighted paragraph, we check for keyboard input. Depending on which key is pressed, the player move, fire or exit the game. Now after this, each enemy type moves at a different interval. This makes the game more dynamic and challenging. This creates different speed and pattern. Next, I use the sleep function. In sleep 30, it waits 30 milliseconds. We add a short delay to control the game speed and make it playable. Now when you run the code, here is the game. P is our player and other are the enemies. And lives, health and score is given below. After completing the game, the score is on the screen.